Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watching, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has a link to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to all those YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right, look, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? We are having a live radio show. We'll be talking Jets. We'll be talking everything we got going on. So please, please, please call in, tune in. You know what I'm saying? I go back and forth with a lot of people. I go back and forth with my chat. I go back and forth with my callers. I really, really enjoy, talking Jets with everybody. So please call in. We're going to have a lot of fun Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So with that said and done and put to the side, I'll come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets running game, how explosive I believe it can be, and I'm also going to talk to you folks about some of the backs that we have on this team that I'm excited about. So let's go ahead and get into it. Listen, I went back and forth with a lot of people about this, in DMs and, on my timeline, all kinds of stuff, going back and forth. A lot of people were like, well, Joe, why are you so, why are you talking about the running game so much? We got Zach Wilson. We got, an aerial assault coming with all the wide receivers we got. We got Crowder back into the fold. We got Corey Davis, Mims, Keelan Cole. We got all these guys, man. Elijah Moore. Why are you talking about the running game? And I said, listen, I understand that. I get it. You guys, Zach, we'll see, how things shake out during the season with him throwing the football. And yeah, our wide receiver core is great. But the best thing that you can give a young quarterback that's coming into the NFL trying to figure things out is a solid running game, a solid and efficient running game to hang your hat on, okay? And the reason why I was telling people that was, like I just said earlier as well, he's coming into this league. He's still trying to figure things out. He's got to understand, defensive coverages. He's going to see a lot of things that defenses are going to throw at him that he hasn't seen before, right? And if you have a really good running game, what that does is it shortens the downs, man. It shortens that third down, okay? If you run the ball efficiently on first and second down, right, and you end up third down, it's third and 1 or third and 2, maybe third and 3 at the most, that helps you out, not only with your play calling, but it helps your young quarterback out be able to convert and keep the chains moving, right? We saw issues with that in the past. When our running game, as of recent, when it wasn't effective and we couldn't hang our hats on it and we couldn't get any yards on the ground, we saw teams be able to pin their ears back, against us, and it would be third and 9, third and 10. We remember Adam Gaze days. It was third and 12, third and 15, And that's when you can just have defenses go, oh, yeah, they got to throw the ball. We about to pin our ears back with our defensive ends, or we going to send an unbelievable blitz. With zero blitz like the Patriots was throwing at us, all damn game. And we're gonna completely rip the head off of their young quarterback. That's what we're going to do. So a great running game will slow those things down and negate a lot of that stuff because you'll have that short yardage on third down and you'll be able to keep it moving. And that does nothing but bode well for a young quarterback and his confidence building. And also it helps your offense just continue to churn and keep the chains moving. So a solid running game would be instrumental in helping Zach Wilson come along as a quarterback. Also, one of the things that makes me extremely excited this year about our running game as well is our offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur. I like this guy, man. All right. He's coming from a Niner system with Sulla as well, who plucked him, said, hey, I'm coming to coach the Jets. You're coming with me as well. You look at what they're doing over there with the Niners, Kyle Shanahan, this dude is a running scheme genius. All right. He just gets it. He can scheme up with the best of them in this league, and that's what he does. So when you look at Mike LaFleur, who was working, right there with Kyle Shanahan, right under him, he can come in here and bring a lot of those running scheme concepts too. And the reason why I really like that situation and everything they're doing there with the Niners, because the Niners have a myriad of backs. They don't have a one guy. They don't have a Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott or Alvin Kamara that it's just one guy. We got him. We're going to send him at you all night. No, it was a bunch of guys with varying skill sets. And a lot of them were not household names. You know what I'm saying? Their Niners' leading rusher was Wilson Jr. That guy was an undrafted free agent. He was able to just put different guys in the system, and it would work. You'd be able to get yardage. You'd be able to move the chains. And the Niners have one of the top rushing offenses in the league. So when I look at us, and I'll talk about some of the backs that we have on our roster as well a little bit later on, but when you look at us, we have a lot of that too. We have quite a bit of running backs with varying skill sets, and they're guys that you can plug into different spots, and they'll be able to be successful. And that's what I want to see here is those guys be utilized correctly finally. Because again, you go back last year with Gaze, a lot of those guys are not utilized. So I'm excited to see what Mike LaFleur is going to bring to the table with what he's going to do here with this running scheme. Another thing that makes me extremely excited about this Jets running game as well is the upgraded offensive line. We've seen these issues in the past. Mike McCagnon had no clue how to build a football team, had no clue how to build an offensive line. Well, guess what? Joe Douglas has made it a point. He has made it a part of his plan to better the offensive line and set the table for his young quarterback. Not only to protect him, but also to get the running game going as well. He made sure he got Mekhi Becton in his draft, right? In his first draft, made sure to grab him up. Then he comes back, this year, trades up, and gets VERA-TUCKER. Some people consider him the best lineman or the best, lineman, best guard in the draft. Some people consider him the best lineman in the draft. So he has made it a point to attack the offensive line and do whatever it takes to make it better. And again, that benefits the offensive line because let me tell you something, running left is going to be big for us. But, we can make moves and do other things as well, too. So that upgrade really hits it. And again, we're still out there searching. Morgan Moses, we'll figure out what the Jets are going to do with him. But he could be, end up being on a slate for us as well. He could end up being a Jet, which again, continues to upgrade the offensive line. Also as well, though, we have very solid blocking wide receivers, too. This is something a lot of people are not talking about when they talk about our wide receiver core. Mims, very solid run blocker, but he also went and got a guy in Corey Davis in free agency. Corey Davis is coming from Tennessee. He was run blocking up there. That's one of the sneaky, really good things about him is that he's a very solid run blocking wide receiver. I know a lot of people looking at it and just going, well, Joe, he's just a wide receiver. Who cares? Listen, when you're trying to break those long runs down the field, guess who's keeping those corners, in check? Guess who's, putting hands on those guys and throwing them out the way as well? It's your wide receivers. If you look at a lot of those long gains for various running backs that have happened this year, it's because wide receivers are doing their job out there as well, blocking and making sure that, their running back is able to continue to move and do their thing. Because again, once you break that first, once you get past the backers, you're dealing with nothing but safeties and corners. So that's another thing that I think is going to really bode well for our running game. Now I want to talk about the backs, man, because these are guys that I'm really excited about. I don't know how many backs the Jets are going to keep, but some of the guys that we have right now on our roster, I think can really be able to make moves for us. You look at guys like Tevin Coleman, who has a familiarity with the system. He's ran it before. Here's a guy that can come in, still make plays. He's a guy you can still put the ball in his hands, and he can do his thing, coming out of the backfield or running with the football, but he's also a guy that's knowledgeable enough about the system to be able to teach some of the younger guys that we have too. So I'm excited about him. I'm excited about Ty Johnson and P. Ryan. Here's two guys that were completely misused under Adam Gase that I think are finally going to get a shot and be utilized correctly, have their skill sets utilized correctly within this scheme here. Another guy I'm extremely excited about, a guy we just drafted that I'm hearing a lot of great things about, Michael Carter, okay? Listen, here's a back that we did not think we were going to be able to get. I thought he was going to be off the board far before we drafted him, but we were able to get him in the draft in these mid-rounds, and boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, he's a guy that a lot of people are saying could end up being the New York Jets starter as a running back in his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? You also got guys like Walter and Josh Adams as well. We'll see what those guys give us, but I'm telling you, even those four guys that I just talked about, that's a heck of a back right there, back depth. That's a heck of a position depth too. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know if we'll necessarily have a 1,000-yard back this year, but I think that, again, with the pieces that we have, I think that they're going to utilize guys in different ways, and I think you're going to have a bunch of guys go in there and just be able to get yardage. We may not have one guy that's just going to constantly pound you and constantly going to get the rock, but we'll have a bunch of backs that's just going to be able to put together, a solid season for us, a running back by committee system. So I really like this Jets running game, and I'm really excited about it, and I cannot wait to see what we do. So please comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. Let me know your thoughts about the Jets running back situation. What are your thoughts about the Jets running game? How are you feeling about it? How do you feel about, some of the wide receivers we have as well as far as their run blocking? What are your thoughts about it? So I want to hear from you folks. Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.